let's start this garbage party, you know? And,
Oof.
dude, it's
Love a good
something
garbage party.
that has always annoyed the absolute piss out of me. The absolute piss out of me. Even historically. And it's, in this day and age, it's the fact that, like, the same people that, like, support America first and that sentiment, right, totally reject usually government. Well, I don't want to say totally, but definitely reject government as, like, a default. And you know, you are not America first if you abandon all the good that government can do for the collective. If you simply want to tear the government down, you are America last for sure. You know what I'm saying? You look out there and you fucking again see the same people that, like, you know where the America First sentiment comes from. It comes from, like, what about me? How can we help me? And it's, you know, whatever, selfish to an extent for sure. But you know that, like, especially in the political world, you have to feed the sentiment. You have to do something that does feel like it helps people in your government. I don't think anyone is, like, super expected to, like, think that, like, they need to be preaching for every government around the world to make sure that they're doing right by their citizens. But obviously they can ask enough of their own society to do right by them. And the same people that are America first and maybe on the poorer side and maybe in flyover country totally reject the, like, single tool. Besides markets to some degree, right? If we're going from a blank slate, markets to some degree for sure. But the only tool in, like, a market-driven capitalistic society that can try its best to fight on behalf of you, and they totally reject it. What did I end this with? To abandon the power and ability the government has to benefit the common man is America last. Which is so true. Absolutely. And yeah, I could say that to someone who is America first and, like, fucking hates the government and will just, like, be like, I don't care. Which is amazing. Because you would think
crazy
that,
to me.
right, you would think, sorry, one more thing. You would think that at the end of the day, if you can actually show how things can work on behalf of you, even if you hate it, you don't think there would be some sort of, like, oh, maybe I should consider this. Go ahead, what are your thoughts?
Yeah.
Sorry. I ramble because it annoys me.
No, I agree. This is something that absolutely irks me too. And I am so, especially when we went into the 2020 COVID period, there was so much just inherent skepticism of anything that was government. All of it was a big conspiracy to sort of take out Americans. Right? Like, it's just this weird vibe of, like, the government it doesn't have your best interests in mind, and even it is actively working to harm you, which is crazy to me, right? Because it feels like we're so far removed from children in coal mines that people don't realize what it is that stopped children being in coal mines and going to school. It was the
good
government.
example amongst plenty you could give, but yeah.
Right, but, like, and obviously I'm going to an extreme example, but that is what a pure free market delivers to you. It has zero regard for the experience of the everyday man. A pure capitalistic, to its bones, with zero government intervention, has nothing.
Or just zero.
All it does is filter money up. So it's so frustrating, and there's that famous Ronald Reagan quote, the most terrifying words you can hear. I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
So stupid.
It's like,
I just,
and, like,
look.
I understand the skepticism, but to just completely throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Is bananas to me.
What sucks is we live in a world where we would say all this, and people who are, like, America first and anti-government will be like, oh, you guys are suckers, But it's like, we're also skeptics of the government in so many ways, depending on the topic.
Yes.
It's just, you know, I don't know what these people out here call some window of thought in a society, but it's shifted, like, too far to the, like...
Oh, the, like, Overton
government
window?
Oh, Overton window. Yeah, thanks. We got a smooth brain here, too. But also, America First people are smooth brains. We're together. Anyways, it shifts us so far to the right that it just makes people like me and you feel like...
crazy.
I would be vilified, even though I would absolutely hold hands with another, like, person, depending on, like, the discussion topic of the government. I'd be a skeptic, too. So I don't like even us people who you feel like are reasonable. I don't want to use the word centrist. That's dirty. Sturdy.
Gross.
We're going to use the word reasonable. So even when you think you're reasonable, crazy people will make you be like, are we the leftists? Anyways, I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, no. I mean, we have a standard in this country that is... I mean, as far as first world countries go, we are one of the ones with no universal health care, no guaranteed, like, paid family leave when you have a baby, vacation hours that you get minimum a year, right? Like, we amongst the first world countries, we are low on that list of just quality of life for people who work.
It's crazy, man.
So yeah, it's just... We have to define what America First is, and to me, America First is somebody who is Bernie Sanders, more or less. And I understand that people will recoil at the idea of that, but when you really break down somebody like Bernie, his idea of an American society, it not only does it empower young people to have the best shot possible to be a person that can participate in society and like actualize themselves, but it also takes care of the people that are at the lower thresholds of society, which, like, I don't understand what, like, it's funny too, right? The America First people would bitch and moan about the homeless problem, but if we were to have a better minimum threshold safety net, the homeless problem goes away. These people don't live in your streets anymore, right? Like, they're not congregating in your downtown areas and scaring people or whatever the fuck.
And it's not by throwing them in jail. But continue.
No, it's not. It's by providing minimum housing,
right?
Which is something we could do by shaving 1% off of our military budget. You could house every homeless person in America if you shave 1% off of our military budget.
I know.
So it's just like...
And then people are like, socialism, communism, which is absolutely stupid. But you would be like, dude, we're not talking about... This is what I love. It's that old adage of like, oh, people in jail are living it up. Maybe I should go to prison to get cable TV. And it's just like, dude, that's not... You're wrong. Like, in the same vein, it's like these people think they'd get like homes in the suburbs. It's like, no, you would build pretty minimum standards. Right. But at least there's a place that they can be alone. So they don't like... So it helps their mental health to like... Because every human being just wants to have an enclosed space, a place to call home. Like, that is for
a place to feel safe.
Basic mental health, like baseline in life. That No,
so it just blows my mind.
Can't do helpful things.
If I were to take a survey and be like, who identifies as America First, and talk to those people, I feel like a lot of those people would be like almost anarcho-capitalist. And it just blows my mind that that's the case, because I mean, do you think you're the person at the top in that system? No, you are the person under the boot. Let's call it what it is.
Well,
you're the person under the boot in that system.
True. And tell me what you think of this. People that are plugged in our America First and have policy to back it up and speak politicalese, tend to be anarcho-capitalists, but there's plenty of people that are just MAGA in West Virginia that don't pay attention too much and are still America First. So,
sure, but if I were to ask them questions, like like surface level questions, they would almost identify as anarcho-capitalist, unless I really pressed them on it.
I don't know. If you asked a random person, if you asked a random MAGA in West Virginia, in a downtrodden town,
asked a random,
Well, I was gonna say, if you asked them,
MAGA,
do you want your Medicaid cut? They would say no. They're probably a lot of those people are getting Medicaid. Why,
Right, but if I were to ask that person, is the government generally good? What would they say?
Yeah, I agree. No, they would say it's not.
Which is crazy. If you ask those,
which is crazy. Right. Yeah.
Because for them, they've compartmentalized Medicaid from the government,
That's
right?
Insane. Like that sucks, man. It sucks that happens, like, but I think you're right.
I know.
Or whatever it is, it's a disconnect between, because we've all seen the More Perfect Union videos where they interview these people that are like, I voted for Trump, but like I make $800 a month and Medicaid covers my $20,000 a month like medical bills. It's like, and you voted for Trump? Okay,
Mm.
okay. It's the point is there's
True.
a disconnect between between such a, and who knows if these
Well, you're
people are
being
specifically anti-government all the way, which also speaks to anarcho-capitalism.
I think they are, but I think it's because they're being sold a lie all the
Yeah.
time. And there is this baked-in culture that is, I don't know what you could call it. You could call it MAGA. You could call it just conservative. Like, I don't even know what you could call it, but there is this weird ball of energy that is just, like, purely anti-government. But a good portion of them are able to persist because of some government support. Like, there is this weird cognitive dissonance. Because if we pulled all the safety nets in America, just pull all of them, go $0 tomorrow for any of those programs, MAGA's getting punched right in the throat. A good chunk of that base is going to be brought to their knees.
Yeah.
Not as much, but you're right. A good chunk of it. I mean, rural hospitals are going to get gutted. For sure.
Did you
That
see
without
that
a
a
doubt.
lot of the solar that might slow down and get impacted because of the weird thing they did where they taxed it? I think took away credits.
Yeah, there's
is
tax
mostly
credits,
in like redder states that have this solar. It's like, oh boy.
correct.
It's
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just
Tough.
weird. It's and you know what? And I will always come back because like I fucking hate Trump with every ounce of my being. I dislike that man.
That's the correct answer.
There, I could count on less than 3 fingers good things he's done since he's come to power in 2016.
Oh.
But I have to take issue with Democrats that are just so bad at marketing themselves, at losing the cultural conversation, and at being saddled with all of the bullshit all the time.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know, they need to do it kills me.
No, I agree. I
Go
just
ahead.
don't know what that is because again, we just said here, and if you have anything you want to say, go for it. What we said here though is you could tell these people this to their faces, and it's just so baked in.
But because they're plugged into a certain cultural pulse, right? Like, and you can only piss on somebody's face and tell them it's raining for so long.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
How, and Bernie's great at messaging. People almost get bored because Bernie is just always on message.
He's as famous as he is for a reason.
Yeah,
Look at what he does.
but none of the other Democrats can do it. None of them. I mean, there's a handful.
No, yeah, there's a failure on that part as well.
Who's it? Who's the House Democrat minority leader? Is it Hakeem Jeffries?
Yeah.
Terrible. Terrible at messaging. Terrible at presenting the right argument. Awful. And I'm a little disconnected, to be fair, from all of the stuff that he says, but the stuff that I come across that sort of bleeds into, like, the news media sources that I read, it's just like, it feels like Nancy Pelosi wearing the fucking, what was it? Oh my god.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Oh, the African whatever the fuck and taking a knee? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
See, I knew. Yeah, that was crazy. I don't even know the context.
For the George Floyd. It was George Floyd. It was George Floyd.
Oh, okay.
It was the whole George Floyd movement.
Okay.
There it is. What it is.
They meant well,
but it just like they meant well in the most disconnected way, in the most insincere way. They meant well in the same way that Hillary Clinton giving an interview on The Breakfast Club saying she carries her own hot sauce in her purse meant well. It's pandering bullshit.
I would say that. So you're right. You're right. I would say that.
Go ahead.
I don't care about like. Well, how do I say this? The Democratic Party, or any party that wants to be more pro-democracy and fight fascism and rightism, people would, if they even listen to this, would burn me for saying that. I don't give a fuck. They just need to be better at democratically, or just going out and recruiting people where they are for their party, so that they can link to the locals more. The Democratic Party needs to be more grassroots. Any party that wants to be pro-democracy and fight back against forces that would take our freedoms away to be a democracy should always be at the grassroots first and foremost. and be spending very little time, like, doing almost anything else. Like, it's not productive. So that's where they fail big time. That's where I agree. I don't really care to, like, say, like, oh, Hakeem Jeffries sucks, which he probably does. But it's more just like we need an opposition force that is doing the right things at the bottom, grassroots, fundamental level, and it doesn't get done. It doesn't get done. You know, there's too much focus not on that, and it could be just because Trump takes up a lot of. There's reasons for it, right? And like Trump takes up a lot of space in the room, fine, but like you got to find a way. You can't just fucking sit there and not try to figure it out, and that's what it looks like. It always is what they're doing. Yeah.
And I will say the deck is stacked against Democrats because Republicans almost can garner a grassroots energy purely through online media because all they have to sell is skepticism and hatred. That's all they have to sell. Democrats have to sell people believing in the government doing a good thing.
It's true.
And that's much harder to sell.
And that's where a lot of this conversation was, too. So, good point.
Right. It's so easy to fucking be a skeptic, right? It's so easy to throw shit at something and tear it down.
Or, like,
it
be
is
in the minority.
The easiest thing to do in the world. Well, even if you're in the majority, the Republicans do it now, man. They just...
Well, look, the vibes do change always in the way that the Republicans are in the minority. They can shit fling a lot more and say stupid shit. And act like they'll do things because they can't do things. And then when they get into power, you have to actually do things. And then you don't do things like release the files. People get mad because they realize, oh, it's all a grift. Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess it's about getting people to understand and remember that it was a grift. But
right. It's tough. Yeah, man. It feels like, and I'm always reminded of this. It always feels like in a presidential year, it's like a fever pitch. And then the next year after that, everyone, to some degree, is like, oh, like, there's no magic bullet ever. It's kind of all a grift, which, is actually what it is. Anyways, we just hope that the grifters aren't as bad as the other grifters that take power, but they're all grifters. It gets tough. That's a really bleak way to look at it, but...
Wow. So what you're saying is give up on democracy and support the philosopher king.
No.
I agree.
No. It's fucktards in any society that are fighting on the side of pro-freedom to vote in elections that pull the levers of power need to build at the grassroots level and defeat the fascistic energy.
False. What you do...
All right, go ahead.
what you do is you support authoritarianism, but only when the person running that authoritarian government has proper morals.
Right.
It's the philosopher
Or, in other words, agrees with me.
Yep. Well, but to be fair, I will say, to be fair, everything that I believe in is the correct position.
Wow. That is a bold stance to take. That is a bold stance to take. Did you see that stupid?
They're good.
Another stupid surrounded thing. I didn't even watch it. Yeah. I just watch other things that talk about it with like Mehdi Hassan and that guy that said he was a fascist and he raised money.
Oh, the Jubilee video.
So did you see the clip from that where like it reminds me of it because he's just like Mehdi kind of corners him. I don't even know where the debate starts and how they get here, but Mehdi kind of corners him with like, well, how do you? This guy's like, well, I just want like one leader. Like, I don't want elections. They were trending towards that. And he's like, okay, well, how do you pick that leader initially? And he's like, well, I guess you could vote. And he's like, okay, well, isn't that democracy? Or would you just vote a guy in and he would stay in? He's like, yep, he would stay in. And then eventually he was just like, so you're a fascist? And he's like, yeah.
So,
which I mean, holy, why do people waste their time with these guys? They're such bad faith conversations. Go ahead.
When I see the clips pop off, I'll just go and watch the whole Jubilee video.
Oh wow, you do that to yourself? Sick.
It's a good time. It's a good time.
Okay.
So it's sitting in my watch later. I've not watched it yet. I've seen a bunch of them though. I've seen the Jordan Peterson one, the Destiny one. I've seen the.
I tried to watch the JP one, but everybody knows how I feel on that, but yeah.
You just gotta take a spoonful of it, you know what I mean?
Dude, he speaks like such a con artist. How does anyone get past that? All right, let's move on. You put up here
that was something. Not his best work, I will say. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's you. What was on
This
your mind
is me,
this?
for sure.
Yeah,
So,
what was the garbage? Let us know.
my little blurb here is the party of championing the Constitution strikes again. And what does the landscape of press freedoms look like post-Trump? Where in the fuck are the right-wing pro-speech folks? How is this acceptable? How is any of this acceptable? And I am sick and tired of the blatant hypocrisy, and I don't know what to do with that energy. Now, I was very frustrated when I read this. And, like, the Stephen Colbert thing, not so much, although it's certainly... Trump's fuckery is a factor in that whole story. But I do think late-night television is dying in general. So, like, to call it financial reasons is not totally unjustified, but also, like, come on, we all know what you're
I
doing
don't even
there.
know the numbers or the money, though. So, like, I don't know.
It's
Just say it's
not
dying. It's already dead. People still watch this shit enough, dude. That's how
Do you
I
watch
feel about
it?
it, actually. No, I'm just saying. I just said it's
There you go.
already been dead. You say dying, where you been? Shit's
Right,
been
that's what I'm
dead.
saying. They
This
haven't
isn't
been
like it
making
was
money
back
for
in
a
the
minute.
day. So
You know, the only thing keeping cable news afloat is sports.
cable
It's the only thing.
news? How is sports keeping cable news? afloat?
Sorry. Cable in general is what I meant to say. My
100%. Because they need those live things.
Sports.
But I was
Yeah.
glad that you shared this because, like, I feel like there's always been, well, no, maybe not. I feel like, especially in the Trump era, the people that are so loud are the people that are, like, always saying, like, I'm pro-freedom, I'm pro-free speech, and then they cheer on, and they'll hate when people get canceled. They like it, and they'll cheer on, you know, stuff like this. And you ask yourself, how could they be? How could how does someone reconcile that in their brain? And I just think that they straight up don't give a shit, and they just take W's. Like they live in a world of W's. You know, and they don't give a fuck. Like, there's a lot of, like, I don't give a fuck about hypocrisy. Like, I feel like most of them are aware of it. They don't care. Because how many, especially in the Epstein files thing, I've never seen so many posts online, which I need to get offline. Fuck me. But I've never seen so many posts online where it's the Age Like Milk subreddit where, like, some maggot tweeted about the Epstein files 800 times, and now they're just like, oh, who cares, you know? So it's just like, Age Like Milk. Because they don't give a shit. They only want to take W's. They don't care. And that's where...
It kind of bleeds into your... Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I was going to take it off in a different direction. I don't want to do that.
Well, I was just going to say that it bleeds into that Jubilee guy, right? Like, it's just... It is a pile of bullshit until it's my guy doing it, and then I'll just look the other way. I don't care.
And, like, it's the kind of energy where it's like, oh, well, I don't care if there's camps because I won't be in them. And it's like, really? You don't think you'll be? Everyone ends up in the camps. It's like, what are we doing here? Like, I don't... How could you be so blatantly disregarding of other people's freedoms while hoping to keep your own? Such deep levels of bullshit that is insane. And I just think you can only live in that world for the most part because you just need to take W's, especially in the clickbait and attention era. And a lot of people, this is how they might make money. So they're just like, WWW, we don't care. We don't take L's. L's don't exist.
L's aren't real.
Dude, Jesus would
They're not
slap these people in the dick. It's like no humility, no humility at all, no reflection, nothing. Just fucking greed for attention. It's trash.
Yeah.
Stuff.
I was mowing the yard today, and sometimes you lock into just a headspace when you're mowing the yard, not listening to music, nothing, just completely raw
in the zone,
raw dogging the experience. Yeah.
Oh yeah, in the zone.
And that sort of bled into the front of my brain. Was like, it's never not funny to me that the most Christian people in this country who are very politically involved are the exact thing that Jesus would have been like,
oh,
fuck you,
100%.
man. It's so fun. Like, I don't understand the mental Olympics that have to take place.
It's just taking W's.
Just like make those worldviews comport with each other. How is that possible?
We don't care.
They're not real.
We're taking W's. We're taking W's.
Doesn't matter. I'm not hypocritical. I'm right. And if I am hypocritical, it's a means to an end and it's justified. Every single time.
Yep.
Every single time.
This is where it's scary that you fucking people out there that are unprincipled push for things because not because you have principles that you can stand on and so that you're grounded and you can come back to every time to make sense of the world. No, you're just like, well, God's got me and says I'm good, so whatever. You know, do you get what I'm saying at all? Like sometimes I think about that. I can kind of tell if people don't actually engage with the world they live in a way that they critically think and rest back on the principles that they know they have without having to like outsource that anywhere. And then you'll time and time come back to the same thing and you're more grounded. As opposed to just like, well, I'm saved, so get the immigrants fucking out of my country. It's like, but that's not, oh, Jesus, you know. Anyways.
Hey, Jesus wasn't white. Can we come out and say that right now? Jesus was not white. Please, please let that bleed into your fucking idea of the world.
Believe your religions. We don't care. Just be better to other
your
people.
Religions.
I don't understand why that's so hard for some of you fucking people out there. You just you treat other people like disgusting human beings, and it's just okay.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah.
If God made us all, then God made us all, right? Like, okay, thank you very much.
There you go. Listen,
this
is a pro-open borders discussion. All right.
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
No, just don't be a douchebag to the human beings you interact with on a daily basis and forget about the internet. There, that's your lesson. All right.
It's just like, you know, it's like calling yourself a vegan and then eating a steak every Friday. Like, dude, pick a fucking lane, man. These things are at odds with each other. It's so crazy to me. Have you read the Bible?
Hey, steaks are
like,
good.
It just blows my mind. Steaks are great. We're pro open borders and pro meat eaters. God bless.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Dude, I just keep coming back to the same theme where it's like, how do people come over this hypocrisy, which is what you brought up, and it's just, dude, it's just people are sick. They want attention. W's is the only thing associated with attention, you know. I feel like it was an old saying, but now it hits so hard and slaps so hard the deeper we get in the internet age of like, any attention is good attention, which is so toxic. Just so toxic, dude.
It is.
But if it drives wealth and fame, then there you go. It's the classic complaints, but in the internet age, we seem to be exacerbated, and that's what kind of sucks. I was just reading that like Japan voted like pretty right wing because they don't want immigrants in their country, and they're like the most fattened up, homogenous of their, I think, race. Like, there's barely any immigrants in there. I'm just like, what's going on? Is the internet poisoning everywhere? I feel like there's a part of it that's true, but I don't know.
Yeah, I did see that. It's funny because they have a big problem right now with population sustainability. And, like, you know, whatever. If you're a conservative culture and you want to maintain whatever the genetic pool is, fine, but like surely don't, because here's the thing, the guy they voted for, and this is crazy that like America has somehow exported like the MAGA mindset, but the guy who's sort of the leader of the political party that had gained a decent amount of legislative seats in Japan was also like, you know, blah, 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 immigrants are bad. Also, we have to cut taxes. And, like, if you want people to have kids, forever,
dude,
I will never understand this. If you want people to have families, if you want your culture to stay homogenous and, you know, keep everything at home, then you have to support workers who are trying to have families. I can tell you from my own experience right now, at this very moment, in a perfect world, I would love to have 3 to 4 kids, and that I know that's not going to happen.
2's good
because that's
what me and my husband.
That is just the nature. that is the nature of the financial system that the average worker exists in these days. So again, it's like America First is a world where
I was gonna say bring it back to the first topic because it does. Go ahead.
It's crazy. Just support your fucking workers, and those people can have families.
Right.
So, like, truly, if you're anti-immigrant, you should be pro-welfare. I'm coming out and saying it right now.
Yes, true. But there's so many different, like... hypocrisies like that. Like, oh, if you're pro-life, then you should be like pro like basic needs met for everyone 0 to 18, no questions asked. What are we talking about? Like,
Right.
what are we talking about? Yeah.
Actually, part of the monologue that I want to release has to do with people who are against universal like school lunches for children.
It's so weird,
Like,
man.
in what world are you against a child being supplied a lunch while they're at school for free? What are we doing? What are the hills that we're dying on that's our issue? You know what I mean? Like,
It's fascinating that people do.
I cannot wrap my head around it. Because even if you go, well, adults, if they're shitbags and they can't feed themselves, like, that's on them. Which is like, okay. But children who only have the parents they're given don't have a choice, and you don't want to guarantee them a lunch while they're at school. What are we fucking doing? What are we doing that's a hill we're dying on? Holy shit. Like, that can't even cost that much. And it doesn't. I know it doesn't.
People too plugged in.
What are we doing?
Yeah, I don't even know.
So anyways, that's a bit of an aside, but kind of ties in. Just blows my
You're
mind.
too plugged in. You're only looking at the W's. You don't like anything the other like opposite team is doing, and that's it.
Right.
That's where it goes. And then all of a sudden you
So you
find
don't
yourself in Minnesota, in the rural areas of Minnesota, hating Tim
Yeesh.
Walz. Imagine hating Tim Walz. Nicest guy I've ever seen in my fucking life, dude. Really good guy.
Or kicking indoors and killing politicians.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, I regret using Minnesota now. I didn't even think of
Well,
that.
you
Yikes!
said
I just like
that's
Tim Walz,
immediately
so
where
I
my
just
mind
used
went.
him. Oh boy, because we already used Bernie. So I only like so many politicians, which is how it should go. Because politicians are weird. And
True.
a lot of
just
people
be good
wouldn't like
faith.
me if I was. So even if you're good faith, though, it's just how it goes. Like whatever. But
I still like Ron Paul. I fundamentally disagree with him, but he's in good faith.
no, well, I
So I like
respect him. I respect him. Correct. Yes.
I disagree with him. For
Right.
Sure.
Oh,
But he's
my God,
consistent.
deeply disagree.
He's honest, and he's
Yeah.
in good faith about the things that he
That's right.
believes. That's all I ask.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I absolutely like AOC. I like
Yep.
Jasmine Crockett. She slaps sometimes, a lot of times.
Sure.
But I'm always open to liking younger people a little more. Because
yeah.
they feel like they're more good faith. The ones that are at least in government. Like there's a guy from Florida. I forget his name. Pretty young.
Oh,
yeah. Anyways, hopefully
Matt
as they age, they don't get got like all these other politicians that seem like
Matt
they get
Gaetz?
got by the money. No, not Matt Gaetz. I gotta be specific now. Oh boy, hang on. Maxwell Frost.
No, he's
there you
great.
go. Because you almost. I'm not stepping in that landmine. No.
Anyway,
Trying to tie it
speaking
back
of
to what we
Epstein-
started with too.
Oh, go ahead.
And it's related to, I guess, the Wall Street Journal posting more things tonight. But it's not like it's.
Oh yes.
I texted you guys that as like a joke because it's like we already knew he was in. Like, what do you mean? Like,
Yeah.
anyways, he
Yeah.
sued the Wall Street
Well,
Journal
he's
because
suing
he's a
them.
moron,
He's
and I think it
suing
was
them.
for billions
Yeah.
of dollars.
10
and it's
billion
we have a simple
dollars.
question. I shouldn't put
$10
words in your
billion
mouth.
dollars.
I have a simple question for any person that supports Donald Trump. How are we doing the mental gymnastics here? How are we doing this?
Yeah. Yeah.
How are we doing this? Because it's not even. It's too late to say, well, his name's just in flight logs and his name's in there because he was friends with him, but he didn't do anything wrong. He never got caught up in that side of the Epstein world. It's too late because now you try to cover it up. Like this reporting is like, oh, he was told in May, and the FBI went through the files. So don't you think it's too late? What do you think? I think it's too late for that.
Yeah.
Like, this whole thing is now worse because of that. When, if we're honest about keeping an open mind, I think me and you, if there was some sort of reporting and it was widely vetted, that like, oh, his name's in there and they released everything, but it's all it is and nothing that you can tie to anything that's like criminal. It's like, okay, you know. But no, he tried to like get them to find shit and didn't want them to release what they. It's tough, dude. You look like an asshole, Trumpy baby.
You look so bad
You look like an
here.
asshole. Yeah, yeah.
And we kind of hashed out the Epstein shit last week, but I have to say it again. It's so funny to me that the thing that might crack a decent chunk of the MAGA base is Epstein.
I
Because,
don't
like,
think.
man, the Epstein shit is fucked, but you should have broke on Trump nearly a decade ago. It's crazy to me.
Here's the problem with conspiracy theorists that are like, oh, the Wall Street Journal, owned by Rupert Murdoch, is trying to like leak this stuff to get JD Vance.
Sorry, that's the Fox guy. Just to be clear, that's the Fox
and he owns
guy,
Wall Street
right?
Journal. Right. Yeah, he's
Okay,
been
so
pro right wing for a long time. Right. So the
what the
conspiracy
fuck
theory
are we
is
doing?
he's letting the Wall
Yeah.
Street Journal go ahead and just do this, post this stuff, because we've seen. Have you seen headlines where Bezos cuts stories because it's not pro Trump, like it's anti-Trump?
Oh, sure, from the Washington Post.
So he does this, and I still think it's a conspiracy theory. And I guess like met with JD Vance recently too. So like the idea is like, oh, and I heard this conspiracy theory during the election season too. It's like, oh, JD Vance is like Peter Thiel's guy, and like is connected to these people who like possibly could want to ride Trump and then try to like. The problem is people love Trump. I don't even care. You've seen people that were deeply in the Epstein thing turn right on a dime if they're Trump supporters. So, and I think the average person will do that too. It's not going to make the. So they have a problem. That's the problem with the conspiracy theory, is they have a problem if they're thinking that they can just toss Trump to the side. Like, there's no way. There's no way, right? Like, J.D. Vance would start out with approval ratings in the 30s and would only get worse. So, I just don't believe that. What do you think? Do you have any thoughts about that?
As far as, I'm sorry, the base getting rid of Trump is what you're saying?
No, like
Or, like,
the
or him
billionaires,
trying to-
powers that be behind these guys, because J.D. Vance is connected to Thiel and met with Murdoch before
Oh,
they
sure.
published this. They're trying to like somehow like get Trump out and like get Vance into the presidency to help them, you know, to get right.
It's a little tinfoil hat.
Oh, it's not a little. Come on now, it's more than that. Go ahead though. Sorry.
That's interesting. And just to be clear, the second, sure, Trump has pull, but the second that the money around him turns on him, he's cooked, for sure.
No, because he doesn't have another election to run. No. I mean, okay,
That's
let's put to the side that he has weird
fair.
third election energy. Let's put that to the side. Like, he doesn't have another election to run. So I just don't know that that makes sense.
Yeah, unless they're angling for an impeachment, which I don't know if that would.
But
be
even
the...
then, you think the Trump diehard Trumpers will just be like, okay, no.
Yeah. Then why would they release this at all? Why would people who are friendly to Trump even flirt with the Epstein?
That's why I don't believe that. I think it's all just damage control. No, I think it's all just damage control.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, sorry.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was just saying like, I hear those conspiracy theories and I can't buy it. I can't buy it. It's all just damage control, dude. That's what
I don't really.
to.
Yeah,
I
don't
think
really
Trump
buy it
sent
either.
his VP to try to get them to not publish the story. That's why he met with Murdoch.
Correct.
Like, you think these guys didn't know? There's no way they didn't know. Especially with how Trump operates. Like, you're gonna get in his crosshairs.
Yeah.
He acts like a fucking autocrat. You're not gonna want to do that. That's why people bend the knee like absolute weaklings.
Paramount.
There you go. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Look at that.
Paramount. Ivy League schools. It's so funny too,
Yeah.
because the people who bend the knee. Just as a quick aside, the people who bend the knee are like, well, the Trump administration isn't going to last forever. Let's not stir the pot now. Let's just blah 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 and go along and like fuck you. You're a fucking coward.
No
You're
doubt.
a coward.
No doubt. You want to merge with another company so bad that you need to bend the knee to Trump. You could just not merge, assholes. Like, what are we doing here? That's a mandatory thing to merge. No, that's a fucking pump the stock, exit liquidity for rich people kind of thing for a company. Fuck you. You don't need that shit.
Fuck you.
That's the problem. It's not even that you're bending the knee. It's that you're fucking doing it and you have plenty of money. You can hire you have plenty of lawyers. You're CBS. Fuck you. You probably have like hundreds of lawyers on staff. Give me a break. Like,
Thousands.
It's just ridiculous, man. And it's all about just money. It's like, oh, he won't be so bad. We're just taking our profits and like, it'll be fine. It's like, dude, this is, yeah, anyways.
Well, anyways, when Trump gets gutted in the midterms, I do think he'll be pretty toothless, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
But
we'll see how that goes, though. Isn't Texas ramming through redistricting? It feels like there's no holds barred anymore. Like, there used to be these gates in the past where, like, oh, gerrymandering was a thing, but they wouldn't do it out in the open. Nobody was so, like, insane to do, like, blatantly corrupt things out in the open. Now they don't give a fuck. They're like, no, we're just going to redraw these. Tell us not to. Fuck you. Like, we don't care. We don't care. Tough. Anyways, hopefully California follows suit. Go ahead.
I knew polite discourse was gone when the Minnesota state politicians getting gunned down in their home went away within a week.
Tough.
I knew that we didn't give a fuck anymore about
just
what is reasonable in this country.
Go back to any modern times where that happens, and like, or more normal news times, less 24-hour news cycle-y. And dude, it would be such a tragedy, and it would make people come together and be like, hey, this is bad.
Yeah.
Like, we need to clean this up. This is horrible.
How many people do you think right now could name the person that got killed in that home invasion?
Dude, I couldn't.
I couldn't. It's less than 1% of the population. That's insane.
Yeah,
that shows you how far we've
It's not about actually naming them, but your point stands. It's
But like in any other decade, people would know that name.
Yeah.
Who was the one that got shot in the fucking grocery store?
Gabby Giffords? Is that the one back on
there? You go. You know that name. I had Gabby. I didn't have the last name.
I do.
We don't know who the fuck got shot recently.
Hortman?
And was home invaded on.
Got him, Hortman, I think. Anyways.
Did you Google that, or is that?
No, I didn't. Actually, didn't
your
Google
brain?
No.
Look at you.
It doesn't matter. The point stands. Like, that was a tragedy, dude. That's horrible.
That's something we should all
like,
stand up and say.
If you think that you hate Democrats so much, or any person so much that you think they shouldn't live, you need to just figure it out.
Breathe.
That's awful.
Breathe.
Anyways, all right. It's getting a little heavy there, so we'll move on. We'll move on to this real quick last thing.
I'm saying breathe as in that's what somebody who thinks they need to kill.
Yeah, they need to relax. Okay. You're telling them to breathe, right? Oh, I got you. No doubt. But
I thought you thought I was telling you to breathe.
Oh, no. Oh, sorry. That did hit like that once I said that. No.
Tulsi Gabbard.
So I brought this up, and it's basically like the people that support Trump get got by stupid stuff like Obama committed treason and lock her up, and they never get locked up. They never get locked up. So at some point you would think that these people would just like, and I can't. You could probably go into some conservative spaces and see what the comments are, but like, I don't even trust those spaces to not be like super botted or this or that. So I just can't. I want to ask a good faith, but someone who's a diehard Trumper person who, like, could still somehow bring it in good faith to just be like, every time he says lock people up and treason and that nothing ever happens, like, don't you get discouraged? Is there ever going to be like a straw that breaks the camel's back? Like, how many times do people have to point and laugh at you before you're just like, all right, this is a fucking clown show? I don't know. But we do this time and time again. Now, obviously, everyone's talking about, Epstein, this is just a distraction, which it's obvious. Dude, they are so... They don't even give a fuck about not looking like making things a distraction anymore. They don't care.
Right. Yep.
So that's what it is. But still, like, this does rile a certain person up, and let's be good faith about them being an actual human being and not be nasty about them. Don't you get upset that nobody ever gets arrested? Nobody ever gets put in jail? Like, I don't know. It's crazy, man.
It's crazy. And it's
yeah, it's just Epstein and distraction.
It's the thing that's so funny to me about this is that Trump will still stand in front of you and tell you that the 2020 election was stolen. And we're talking about Barack Obama in 2016 maybe manipulating the wording in an intelligence release briefing. Like, are you fucking kidding me? If you really think 2020 was stolen, you would be working night and day to rectify that. And he's bringing up Barack Hussein Obama, which he loves to say that.
Oh, he's got to throw the racist red meat out.
Of course he fucking does. But, like, what do you mean, man? Are you shitting me?
Dude, also,
Show me how 2020 was stolen. Shut the fuck up and show me how 2020 was stolen. I don't know what this bullshit is, but like, nut up about the big fucking claims that you've been making for 4 years, please. But yeah, it's just a distraction.
And with the
from
Obama
Epstein.
thing, isn't
that.
it 2016 too? I think it was.
Yes,
2016,
that's what I'm
right?
saying. Is like,
yeah.
why are you talking about Barack Obama when you're claiming that 2020 was stolen? You're talking about Barack Obama?
You won. Like, and I remember saying this back in 2017. We've said it 100 million times probably since then. It's like, why do you give a shit? You fucking won.
Sure.
Like, you're just this is how we know that you're an asshole, because you won and you should just move on and respect like whatever the fuck happened in the defeat and blah blah blah. I mean, of course, if there's some evidence, which there's fucking not, let's be clear, okay, but like, you won. Like, why don't you just move on? No, it's because you're an asshole, and it's. I mean, they're not gonna get him. Obama's out here on podcasts
No, of course
talking
they're
about how
not.
he hates
This
ketchup.
is-
I saw that the other day, but yeah, they're not gonna get him.
Well, again, so the story here is that they played a little fast and loose with an intelligence briefing about Russia helping Trump on the internet.
Well, what does that mean,
As
fast
in-
and loose? That's such a fucking, like, it could... They could be
They
just
played
doing their due
some-
diligence, okay?
They said there was like cyber hacking something or other.
Proof.
It's not
Whatever.
it's not a completely nothing burger, but in the face of everything, it is a nothing burger.
Yeah.
Like they maybe
There
played
are
with the language of their report,
documented-
but like
There are
Yeah, go ahead.
documented ties to Russia by the Trumps through interviews with his son saying, like, Russia things and just business he's done there, pageants he's
certainly
done
with Paul
there.
Manafort. Certainly with
Does
Paul
that
Manafort.
mean there might have been enough... And Paul Manafort, that's right. Oh, that's the biggest thing, right.
He got convicted?
Right, he did.
Like,
so does that
he got
mean
convicted.
there was enough there for them to look into it on a reasonable scale? Yeah, yo. And then you won, and nobody did anything, and you move on. You
Right.
fucking, like, bitch. Like, what,
But-
dude?
But
Yeah.
he had a presidency stolen from him in 2020.
Dude.
But he's not really interested in actually getting to
The
the bottom of
folks
that.
out there that believe this horse shit.
fucking kidding
Again,
me? Are
this
you
is where I'm
kidding
like,
me?
don't you ever get upset that you live in a world where you're told a bunch of things and a lot of them just don't materialize and they're not a thing. Like, at what point? At what point is your boiling point and you're like, all right, dude, like, he said lock him up again. Like, is he going to do it this time? Like, no. It's like, okay, like...
Even if I wasn't, I feel like if I wasn't leftist at all, if I was fully conservative, I would still want to throw my face through a cinder block than live through the Trump era. Like, it's just so dumb.
Yep.
It's so profoundly stupid and gaslighting and
They expect you to
thin-skinned,
just...
egotistical bullshit. I
They
just
expect you
can't,
to just
man.
beat the drum and don't question anything. Just beat the drum.
Correct.
Just beat the drum
Lockstep.
over and over and over and over again.
Right.
It's the old adage that, like, the right somehow can do their terrible things by keeping themselves more together, but the left is so fractured and, like, fucking so hard to, like, get people on the left to come together. Yeah, anyways. All right.
I will say,
We hope you guys get tired of
just
it
as-
eventually, because people aren't going to get arrested. You guys are dumb. Go ahead. Sorry.
people are not going to get arrested. That's basically what
No.
I was going to say. This Tulsi Gabbard announces she's referred Barack Obama. This story will be gone in 4 weeks.
What a spineless arc that
nothing's going
she's
to happen.
taken, by the way. Jeez. I still remember us
man.
bullshitting on, or just shooting the breeze about her when, like, she resigned the DNC because she was protesting Bernie in 2016 or whatever.
I was somewhat fond of Tulsi Gabbard in 2016.
Yeah. Spineless
And
arc.
boy,
Not great.
what a story arc for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Anything for power. Anything for power, apparently.
Power, stay relevant. Yeah.
Correct.
Sad to see.
Yeah.
Sad to see.
It is sad to see, truly. Because she felt like somebody that was like anti-war and a leftist, which is nice. And then now she's just cupping Trump's balls while she sucks him off.
True.
So there you go.
True, it's not good
What a
times.
blessing. What a blessing.
She works for the same administration that I read the other day wants to, like, when you apply to like enter the country on a tourist or anything visa, like they want you to like put your socials in there, because you know they're fucking going to the socials and they're like, oh, you're anti-Trump. Anyways, it all sucks.
Yeah.
That's the point.
It all sucks.
Let something be the straw that
and-
breaks the camel's back, because you're getting scammed. But anyways,
Well, Democrats need to figure it out, because the thing that comes after Trump is worse.
also
so.
true. But again, they gotta. We did a lot of fundamentals
Yeah.
this chat, which I appreciate. It's like you guys just do it at a fucking grassroots level, man. You gotta hammer away there. That's it. Anything
Yeah.
else is gonna just be bullshit, and it's not gonna be
Yeah.
a good enough fight. Not great. Maybe Twitch political influencers can grassroots get together. You know, we'll find a Twitch influencer in every congressional district. Get 'em to run.
I'm not going to hold my breath.